guys, how's it going? My name's Ollie and this is another episode of Amber Talk. Game's just finished, Newport County 2, Harrogate 1. And I'm going to be honest with you guys this week, because usually these kind of games I take a positive outlook and I try and maybe sugarcoat it a bit. But if I'm being brutally honest today, we weren't good enough. I'd probably go as far to say that we didn't deserve a win. I really don't like being negative about this team, but the performance we put out today, I know we are better than that. And if this is the same type of performance we're going to get for the rest of the season, then automatics and playoffs and all that talk definitely goes into a bit of a jeopardy. Start off as we mean to go on. Lineup was great. Same lineup as we've always gone, except for one change. Matty Dolan came out and Scott Bennett went in at centre back. I believe Matty Dolan had a tooth infection, so he should be back on Tuesday night, hopefully, but we never know. But even from the first kind of 5 minutes, it didn't really feel like the county team we have seen. It was a bit of sloppy passing. We was a bit off the mark. Harrogate was putting quite a lot of pressure onto us. Their midfield forward did quite a lot of pressing. I think that kind of threw us off a bit. But no, we slowly got more comfortable into the game, and then we get the first goal in the 30th minute. It was a really good bit of team play, passing the ball about. A beautiful pre-assist from Labs. He passed it from about midway into the Harrogate half over to the right corner to Liam Shepherd, who just hits it in, and Podrigamon gets his goal. Really good to see him back in his shooting form. I think that's his second or third goal this season, so he's definitely going to be making an argument with Flynn about wanting to start in that lineup. I would like to see how he plays in a run of games with Psycho Jani whenever Jani is back. But in terms of goal input and kind of striking options, I think we are doing quite well in that area. The game progresses on a bit. Josh Falkenham gets sent off for, quite frankly, one of the most comedic dives I have seen in my 18 years of football. Just totally not needed from him. Looked like a right volley as he did in straight off. The referee in this match, I believe it was Andrew Cole, but fair play to him, he wasn't taking any of it, sent him straight off. And usually when a player for the opposite team goes off, they're like, oh great, here we go, we're going to open the floodgates now. We don't do that with Newport, weirdly. It happened in a game previously, and I can't remember who we played. Tranmere, I believe. Yes, Tranmere. Where they get a player sent off, they go down to 10 men, and it feels like we've gone down to 10 men as well, because we just... I'm not sure if it's laziness, where we don't capitalise on that, or if we just kind of switch off and go, well, down to 10 men, there we go, nice easy game. We really started to struggle. The passing was off. The play just didn't flow. It wasn't that liquid football we've been playing, and we really struggled with it. And then in the 44th minute, it was sloppy defending for their goal. Ball comes in from a corner. It kind of bounces off a Harrogate, and all the county players were just static. We was just looking around, and next thing we know, balls in the back of the net. Will Smith. Not a great goal, but it's definitely something we could have prevented. That's what I'm trying to get here. It's not a goal like Colchester, where it's just like, slippy gloves and whatnot. It was just really poor defending. So we go into half-time 1-1, and you know, it's a deserved result at half-time. That's how I feel. Second half starts up. Again, really back with a sloppy play. I don't know what it is when the opposite team have the man sent off and we just start to kind of regress, and it's that behaviour from last season creeping back in where, you know, we come into the second half and it takes us 10-15 minutes to really get into the game and kind of get both our hands in there and go, right, 1-1, we need to get a job done, we need to get a goal, so let's go. So I don't really know what happened. 60th minute, double substitution. Jamie Proctor comes on for Tristan Abrahams and Robbie Wilmot comes on for Liam Shepard. It seems like Shepard picked up a bit of a knock, so a slight worry there, but we see how we go. I don't know why Wilmot came on. We've got Ashley Baker on the bench. He is a really good right back. So I don't know why Wilmot comes on, especially if we're bringing on another striker. It's just totally baffling to me. In fairness to Proctor, he did play well. He made a few chances. I think he got a few shots off on target, so he's playing well. Maybe that match sharpness is what he's lacking. Maybe he does just need more than 30 minutes to give us a real showcase. Robbie Wilmot, in all fairness, didn't really do that much, so you can't talk that much about him. And then the game progresses on a bit. In the 81st minute, Jamie Devitt comes on for Scott Bennett, and we kind of transition into this 3-4-3 almost. It looks like Scott Twine goes up and joins the attack with Jamie Proctor and Pods. Mickey Demetrio kind of goes into centre mid, and we end up having this. It was all a bit confusing. It was kind of like Flynn was just having a last roll of the dice and going, let's see what happens here. It did feel a bit like we just threw the tactics out the window and see what we can do with this, see what we can steal. And then in the 88th minute, we get a corner whipped in from Ryan Haynes, and Brandon Cooper absolutely levers it into the back of the net. Full on jumping header. Really passionate celebration. You could see how much that goal meant to him, and you could just tell what that meant to the team. The kind of celebration of that goal showed the togetherness and the perseverance of the team and how desperate they were to get the 3 points. But if we're looking at the performance as a whole, was not good enough for me today. Definitely a lot of talking points and a lot of changes for Michael Flynn to look at in the run-up to the Carlisle game, which happens on Tuesday night. But at the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points. A win is a win. And I believe, I'm just going to say it now, we are still top of the table. We are on 25 points after 10 games. Cambridge did lose to Crawley, I believe. I'll just say that. But no, we are still top of the table. We've been putting in convincing performances. Yeah, I can confirm Crawley did beat Cambridge, so great for us. We do deserve to be top of the table. I do want to say that, just kind of split the negativity a bit. We have been putting in really good performances. We have won 8 of our 10 games, so it does show us that we do have the quality to go out and get these points, but I just feel like we do need to start building off of today's performance and kind of see how that goes and see where that goes. As always, I'm going to pass it over to the county fans, see what they've got to say about today's performance, and then I'll rejoin you at the end.
So it's the day after the game between Newport County and Harrogate Town. I thought it was a brilliant performance, yet again, by the lads. Harrogate, they were also a very good side. They remind me a lot like us from last season. They like to play for the set pieces, try and make the most out of it. Every now and then try and play some nice football, which they did, to be fair to them. They did play some really good football, but also every now and then they would seem to hoover up to try and rely on the target men. But enough about Harrogate, more about us. Yeah, another really good footballing performance. The build up to the first goal was what I thought amazing. It's gonna be that probably will be one of our best built up goals this season, in my opinion anyway. The second goal, absolutely brilliant header by Brandon Cooper. As he said before the game, he wants to get our first goal, so that'll be a really good moral boost for him. Well, he was already doing well already for a centre half, and that goal's just, yeah, as I said, it's just a little bit of a boost for him. 5 points clear at the top of the league. Going back 4 years ago, we'd have been at the opposite end, so it's really nice. It's really nice to see. Don't want to get carried away yet, because obviously with the FA Cup in the winter months, but yeah, it's looking very promising. Ask me again in March, and you never know. But we don't look like we're going to dip in form at the moment. So yeah, it was a good performance. Let's hope for more of the same against Carlisle.
Hello guys, making a debut appearance today on Amber Talk, talking about another great result for County against Harrogate Town today. Amon's coming up with another goal, which for me is a legend at the club. Cooper, who's been immense all year, was all over the pitch today, popping up with another goal, which is great. I thought the game today overall was a very impressive performance. It was much tougher than it should have been against a 10-man Harrogate Town team who were quite determined, and they will do quite well this year. Their red card was absolutely blatant, which obviously changes the course of the game. So the game should have been easier for us. They had a lucky goal, which I don't understand why it counted, to be honest with you. But overall, another great result. Picked up another 3 points. I have got a slight concern. We seem to be outplaying teams all over the pitch. Stats are not lying, and the scoreboard at the moment are flattering other teams. So I think we need to be a bit more clinical to make it a little bit easier for ourselves, because one of these days, if we don't take our chances, it's going to come back and bite us in the backside, you know. But overall, very good result again. Picking up a late goal. They all count. It's these type of goals that's going to put us there at the end of the year. And I think it's written in the stars for us this year. Not too many concerns. Defence is quite solid. Our attacking is all playing football on the ground, mixing it up. Not too much of that traditional long ball stuff that we play under Flynn. It's going well so far. So yeah, up the county.
Well, Newport County 2, Harrogate 1. Well, this team are going to be the death of me, I swear. Another late winner, 88th minute, against a very well disciplined Harrogate team. You've got to hand it to them, they worked really hard and they were very solid, considering they were down to 10 men from the 37th minute. For them to then get back into the game, because they were 1-0 down at that point, for them to get back into it and then hold us, and they did what most teams with 10 men would do away from home: sit deep, try and catch us on the counter attack, and they did that a lot. And fair play to them, you've got to hand credit to them. They did fairly well for a team who had 10 men away from home for the majority of the game as well. So it's hard for them. I bet for their fans it's hard for them to take. Like, it seems like they almost got a really hard fought draw out of that game away from home to the team who's top of the league with 10 men. But in the end, we showed what we were about, and we made that extra man count, and it happened to be Branton Cooper. I'm very, very happy for him to get that goal, because he's been one of our standout players this season. I think he's probably been our best defender, and he's gone and got himself a very important goal today to win us the game, and therefore we're now 5 points clear at the top, because Cambridge lost as well. So we capitalised on their woes, shall we say. I cannot feel any happier right now. It's really looking good. The performance today wasn't pretty. It wasn't like great. It could be better, but we got the win. We still went and grinded out the 3 points. And when you look at it, for a team who had 10 men, team who's like just behind you, have also lost. It's a big win. And now it takes the pressure off us a little bit, because with them being only 2 points behind us previously, we're constantly looking over our shoulder, and it's a lot of pressure on us to get the win, or at least get the points. But now, because we're now 5 points clear, it's a little bit of pressure eased off. I'm not saying we can just sit back now, because we can't. We still have to go and play how we have been playing, but it's not as much pressure. We're not constantly looking over our shoulder now. I thought today, before they went down to 10 men, I thought we were good, created quite a lot of chances, like did our stuff, played how we have been the past few weeks. But then when they went down to 10 men, similar to what happened against Tranmere, we sort of fell asleep. And it's almost like we thought, okay, they're down to 10 men now, the game's won. And they got back into the game. And it could have cost us. Just good that we showed that grit and fight to go and get the win. Because it wasn't great today, shall we say. But it would have felt awful if we didn't get the win against the 10 team who had 10 men, and the fact when you look at it that Cambridge lost as well. So it's all in all, you have to be happy because it's a 3 points, and therefore you move further away from the teams who are behind you. I thought today Labadie played really well. I'm very happy with his performance. Podge getting himself another goal, 3-3 now. He's on a bit of a good scoring run of form right now. So hopefully he keeps it up. He's very professional. That's what I like about Podge. Doesn't ever give up. He always runs for the ball. He always shows fight. He plays for the badge every week. And that's what you need in your team. Someone who's like a leader. That's what I like about him. I thought Liam Shepherd had a decent game. I thought Sheehan did okay. To be fair, I thought the midfield was pretty good. Scott Twine as well. He had one of his quieter games, Scott Twine, considering what he's been like the past few weeks. But he wasn't bad. It's just because like he's been so good lately. He didn't look as good today, but I think he's still putting a shift. He worked hard. I thought both the wing backs did okay, Ryan Haynes and Liam Shepherd. And with Podge getting himself another goal as well, so you've got to hand credit to him. And obviously Brandon Cooper, I thought he played really well. So, all in all, I'm happy. Big 3 points. We got Carlisle away on Saturday, next Saturday. No, on Tuesday. Going to be a very hard game, that is, because we seem to have trouble going away to Carlisle. We have done in previous seasons anyway. This will show as well how far we've come as well against Carlisle, because the past 2 years we've gone there and we've lost. So it's going to show what we're about, because it's a long way away and we don't usually perform when we go to Carlisle. So it's going to be tough, and it's going to show what we're about. Right now I'm looking at it, and don't get me wrong, I'm very happy, but I'm not overly. I don't believe as a whole yet. But if we got 5 games until the beginning of December, and I believe in those games we've got Carlisle, Grimsby, Forest Green, Walsall, and I believe Port Vale. If we win maybe 3 of those, and we're still up in the top half, like top 3 or top 4, like by Christmas time, then I'll say, okay, I'm starting to believe maybe we might have a chance. But right now, all we can do is just do our job, and we're doing that really well. So I'm credit to the whole team, credit to Flinney, credit to them all, because they're doing their job. But I'm not getting too confident still. I'm just going to enjoy it and take each game as it comes. So yeah, we've got Carlisle next, and then we've got Grimsby after that. So 2 very hard games away from home, 2 games that we've struggled in previous seasons. So it'll be interesting to see what we're about. I'm confident though at the minute, and I'm looking forward to both games. I'm looking forward to it all at the minute, and yeah, I'm happy. 5 points clear at the top of the table. Hope all you Newport County fans are enjoying that tonight. Stay safe and up the county. Come on.
Happy Halloween. Yeah, Halloween. And we're 5 points clear. Who'd have thought that? County, 5 points clear at Halloween. Alright, I know the season started late and we only played 10 games. But, nevertheless, 10 points clear, Halloween. One pretty today. It was almost a Halloween horror show, can I say? Because let's be fair about it, we really would have expected to have beaten Harrogate, especially when they went down to 10 men. So it was a little bit one of those games where you thought, is it going to be like that today? But we got through it. We got through it, as we've done now on a few occasions this season. Shows that we keep going right to the end. So there is an inner belief, an innate belief that we can carry on and we can get something out of a game, which we did in the end. So it's all happy. It's all happy days and all that. But there are things to work on without doubt. The first half I thought we played pretty good football, really. I thought Labadie in particular, some of his passing was excellent today. The midfield is really strong. We all know about Scott Twine and Josh Sheehan is just Josh. We all know his quality. But Labs, Labadie's like, it's very often the teeth, the fight, the sort of the snappy tackler, but his range of passing and the way he set up the first goal, was a lovely ball without any question of a doubt. Cross was perfect, cracking goal, Podge again, What can you say? I mean, it's good to score goals when you're a target man, and he was right place, right time again. And we were looking good. A little bit of a scary moment when we thought they were going to have a penalty. But I think, was it Falkingham? Was that his name? Josh Falkingham? He needs to practice his diving, didn't he? He didn't quite get it right. And so they were down to 10 men, and that's the little bit where I got my concerns, because sometimes when we play against 10 men, it's almost like there's a collective complacency, and almost as soon as they went down to 10 men, we were just a little bit off the pace a little bit, and it's balmy. I just don't understand it. So I don't know why that happens. That's the time to put the foot on the gas pedal. That's the time really, really to make these teams, to punish them. And then they get that goal, the corner comes over just before half time, and no one seems to want to claim it, or maybe I shouldn't say that. I think perhaps everybody trying to claim it, and they all got in each other's way, and some might say that a taller keeper than Nick would have come out and punched it. Nick's a great goalkeeper, a brilliant footballer, and I can see why he gets in front of Tom King, because the way, Tom King's a great shot stopper. But Nick is a great footballer as well as a good goalkeeper. But anyway, so we're turning around at 1-1. Turning around at 1-1 in the second half wasn't such a good... like the second half, I'm thinking, we're not panicking. I think that's too harsh a word, but we're playing with a little bit of anxiety. I mean, you're playing against a team that's quite happy with a 1-1 draw, right? They've gone down to 10 men. Keep the ball moving, but keep the passes simple. Use the width of the pitch, switch the play, bring the wing backs in, but keep the ball moving all the time. No slow throw-ins. Get the ball back into play. Don't let their goalkeeper ponce about with the damn thing in it, in his penalty box. Press him, make him pick it up, make him kick it. Do you know what I mean? Keep that ball going. But always play none of the Hollywood passes. You don't necessarily need that. Just keep the damn thing going. But too often we seem to just either try to play Hollywood passes, or more disturbingly go down the channels with long diagonal balls, which is going to be meat and drink to them. And then they almost nicked it, for God's sake. What's all that about? So in the end, I think we just about got what we deserved. I think we will get better at playing against teams that we should beat and not panic. And I think, I don't want to use panic, and I just used it again. But there was anxiety there, and I think that's why we rushed some of our plays. It's got to be quick play when you're in those situations, but simple passing, simple, accurate, move the ball from side to side. Got what we deserved in the end. It was Brandon Cooper rose like an albatross. What a header! I mean, I don't know about you, but I almost. I don't know what I almost did to the lounge, but there you go. We went 2-1. Man of the match. Well, Brandon Cooper did play well, and he scored a goal as well. But I think Labs, I got to be honest, I think Labs, especially for his first half performance, where some of his passing was really precise. So I'm going to give it to Labs. I thought the wing backs were good again, but well, I'll go with Labs for the man of the match. Great performance in the end. Well, not great result, I should say, in the end. It wasn't a great performance, but who cares? It's Halloween, 10 games in, and I guess who's top of the table? Have you know, have a great night tonight, and have a couple of beers as ever, what have you, whatever you're going to do on your Halloween, and look forward to seeing you in a week. So all the best, up the county, happy Halloween.
Try and take me seriously with this video. I know I got the Punisher skull face paint. If any of you watched the Punisher, hopefully you recognise it. But considering the events of it being Halloween, that was a tricky fixture as opposed to a treat. I thought we were lined up for a treat. I thought we were absolutely dominating first half. Went 1-0 up, and we looked pretty comfortable. Harrogate didn't look too much of a threat. And then they went down to 10 men, and then next thing you know, we're backs against the wall, which is not the first time that's happened this season. I mean, we beat Tranmere 1-0, went 1-0 up, they went down to 10 men, and then we made hard work of it. I just don't know why that's a thing. Why are we not taking that as an opportunity and an advantage to press on and, you know, really try and take control of the game and make it a dominant performance? Harrogate made it difficult for us, and overall they dragged us down to their level. And with the weather conditions as well, of course, it suited their playing style. I think that, you know, we should have definitely, especially second half, we should have just moved the ball a lot quicker. Try and kept the possession more than just trying to whip it into the box. Just kept that ball moving as much as we can, spread the game, tire them out, because you could see that they were tired, and just try and, you know, prevent them from just oofing it long and just trying to make a physical game out of it. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I think that, well, I'm most certain that even last season and a couple of seasons before that, that's the type of game we would have went on and lost. But that just shows the winning mentality that this team has got now. 5 on the bounce, okay? That's difficult, especially in this league. 2 of them are tough away fixtures as well. You can't complain. Overall, we've got 3 points against a physical team, and we made a game out of it. But overall, we got the 3 points. We should got to be positive about that. First half for me, I'm gonna pick, because second half I think it's difficult to pick out a man of the match, because I just don't think we played particularly well second half in comparison to the first. So I'm going to say that the first half man of the match for me was Labs. He was, I think it's just his passing as well. He's like a different side of Labs, that those passes he was picking up to Shepherd down the right and onto Podge. He was almost like Xavi. It's unbelievable. It's just beautiful little passes, just spraying them along the floor and creating openings and piercing a hole in that defence. And it was just unbelievable. Scott Twine, again, probably close second man of the match. Again, he was just brilliant. He's always brilliant. Hopefully we could keep on to him in January. Obviously, I think his loan's up in January, so maybe we get an extension. I can imagine Swindon calling them back, though, to be fair, unfortunately. But yeah, brilliant performance by Scott Twine again. I still don't understand these aimless passes over the top. Like I said, we played down to Harrogate's level, and we just more and more passes, just trying to whip round to the top. They're just not working out for us at all, and I just think that's just something that needs to be sorted out. Especially when we're playing. It's ironic that we seem to struggle against teams that seem to hit it long when we were supposed to be the team that hits it long a bit and is physical. But overall, I'm just happy with the 3 points. A brilliant header from Brandon Cooper. It looks like he was going to. Well, he did follow through the net. He put so much power on the ball. I think he was following through the net as well. And I'm just ecstatic with 3 points overall. 5 points on the 5 wins on the bounce. On to Carlisle Tuesday night. Hopefully another win. It's going to be a long trip. Boys will be tired, but all I want is just a solid performance. And regardless of the result, I will always be happy. Forever proud of the boys. Happy Halloween to everybody that is celebrating tonight. And have a couple of beers, celebrate up the county. Let's go, boys. We are top of the league.
Newport County 2, Harrogate Town 1. Top of the table. Happy Halloween to you all. 5-point cushion. Who would have imagined that 10 games into the season?
8 wins in the first 10 games. Unbelievable return.
Still, obviously, very, very early days, but, you know, we've already had a cup run, FA Cup coming up. Hopefully we can get another, and hopefully we can keep kicking on in the league, because this team looks really, really special. And I think the first goal we scored exemplified that. It was a brilliant pass from Labadie, great cross from Shepherd, and a great finish from Podge, what we've come to expect from him. But
getting informed just before the FA Cup starts, I might add, but yes.
And we've got another congested run of fixtures coming up. We're still in the thick of it, but with the games coming thick and fast, I think if Podge can step up and just keep being that consistent forward that he's always been, it'll be really important for us to keep this run up. I think it was a little bit disappointing that after the goal, it seemed like we took our foot off the pedal a little bit. And then, once the red card came for Harrogate Town, I thought that it looked like they had the extra man more often than not, actually. We really couldn't take advantage of it. At times, it looked like we were going to give up more than just the one. Yeah. So I think in that respect, we were a little bit fortunate. But, we're Newport County and we fight till the end. And that showed again today with a brilliant, brilliant goal from Brandon Cooper. Really thrilled to see him be on the score sheet. He's come so close from so many corners this season. He was due to get one, and what a good moment for him to get it.
And what a good moment for County, a game in which their corner kicks were, shall we say, a little bit lacking throughout the game. Mark O'Brien saying, straight off the training ground, and my friend here just shaking his head. And well, no, as time and time again, corners were coming in short. Nothing was coming of it. But then, after a really, really nice period, sustained pressure, Twine steps up, and it falls right onto the head of the Cooper to take the 2-1 lead. So it's just brilliant corner. And good to see it paying off after, some, again, resilience from Cooper, but really good to see it pay off.
Yeah, we've had a lot of really poor deliveries, whether it's from corners or from wide set pieces this season so far. So great to see a good delivery and a great finish. And you can see what it meant to Cooper to get that goal in that moment for the team. There's so much passion there, so much desire. And I think this team is really coming together in the way that you need if you're going to make a sustained run. So for me, Cooper is my man of the match today. A lot of good performances to choose from. I thought Labady's passing was great in addition to his all-around play. I thought Shepherd was solid. I thought Twine was solid. The back, again, very strong. So a lot of great options, not even to mention Podge with the goal again. But Cooper, for me, another steady performance, great passing range, and the crucial goal when it counts.
And I'm going to go with Twine for my man of the match. I thought he had just a really phenomenal game. Obviously, he gets the headlines with the long shots and the long goals and really doing that. Today, it was really just a lot of the silent things or the quieter things, making the smart square pass on the outside of the box, keeping attacks alive, keeping them going, and then, of course, getting the assist on the match-winning goal with the just perfect placement on the corner kick. So I for me, just a phenomenal performance and the type of performance that builds out of the kind of player that he's developing into.
Yeah, so definitely a tough one today. Worked a little bit harder than we thought we might when we got the extra man, but, credit to Harrogate for putting in a good performance, and we'll take the 3 points and roll on to the next one. Up the county.
So guys, that's it for this week's episode of Amber Talk. As always, a massive thank you to everyone who has sent in videos. It's really nice to see the different types of fans and the different opinions they bring in, just to kind of see the county community coming together as one, even in these troubling times. The next match we do have now is Tuesday night away to Carlisle, which is a 7 o'clock kickoff. They've just lost 1-0 to Exeter, and I believe their striker Toure got sent off, so that can hopefully be something we can capitalise on there. If you have enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, because it really does help us out. I've been Ollie, and Up the County.
Many thanks for watching the latest content on the Amber Army channel. Please make sure you leave us a like. Make sure you subscribe for more content, both for the neutral football fan and also plenty of Newport County. Even more Newport County content can be found on the club's iFollow channel on the link above. It is just £4.49 per month to subscribe to that service. And those of you feeling extra generous can also support us on Patreon on the link at the bottom there. That would be a monthly donation of your choice. Thank you again, make sure you've subscribed, and as always, Up the County.